Like, subscribe, share. Welcome to Child Abuse Awareness, Darlene J. Clark. We touch on subjects, people's stories, so on. Physical, child sexual, child exploitation, neglect, abandonment, one caring community. Start off with the Bible verse, Matthew 18, verse 10. Take heed that ye despise not one of these little ones, for I say unto you, that in heaven their angels do always behold the face of my Father which is in heaven. Matthew 18, verse 6. But whoso offend one of these little ones, which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. As I said, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications to let you know when I'm live streaming. Today we'll be discussing Joshua Tranair Meekins scalded his 4-year-old stepson in a 140-degree tub. Then he went on to play on video games. Sick, sadistic person. Share my screen. Wrong one. All right. This is where this is thanks to Law and Crime. Stepdad went to play video games after forced immersion. A 4-year-old in a 140-degree tub left child covered in third-degree burns. By Jerry Lambay 1 day ago. Joshua Tranair Meekins from Smith County Sheriff's Office and KLTV screenshot. A 27-year-old father in Texas will spend several decades behind bars after he admitted to severely burning his 4-year-old stepson by forcibly immersing the boy into a bathtub and near boiling hot water, causing the child to suffer burns over more than one-third of his body. Smith County District Court Judge Taylor Heaton on Monday ordered Joshua Tranair Meekings to serve a sentence of 40 years in a state correctional facility for his actions, court records reviewed by Law and Crime show. Prior to being sentenced, Meekins on Monday formally pleaded guilty to one count of injury to a child with intent to cause serious bodily injury in connection with the May 2022 incidents. Meekins also pleaded to a sentencing enhancement based on previous convictions on charges of sexual assault and burglary of a habitation. Oh my goodness. Also pled guilty to a sentencing enhancement based on previous convictions on charges of sexual assault. Whoa, and burglary. Hey there, Jackie. Good to see you as well. Yeah, been out for a walk up the hills this afternoon. It's a beautiful day. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Enjoyed the walk. It was beautiful. It's okay. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you. I hope you're doing well too. According to a probable cause affidavit obtained by Nacogdoches, CBS, and CW affiliate KYXTX. The investigation into Meekins began when Child Protective Services on May the 26th, 2022, contacted the Smith County Sheriff's Office regarding a 4-year-old boy who had been brought to a hospital in Dallas to treat severe burns. A doctor reportedly told investigators that the child suffered burns over 33% to 36% of his body, which included the entirety of both of his legs, feet, and buttocks, as well as a portion of his right arm. The doctor also noted that most of the burns sustained by the child were third-degree burns that were likely the result of forceful immersion. Oh man, that's what he needed done to him, right? Man needed to be put down in scalded water, see how he liked it, right? The victim's mother spoke to investigators and said that when she arrived home from work on May 26th, her son was wrapped in a towel that hid his injuries, according to a report for Tyler ABC affiliate KLTV. When she removed his towel and revealed the victim's injuries, she immediately told Meekins to call 911 and the child was transported to the hospital. Poor child, that's right. In its initial discussions with authorities, Meekins blamed the victim, claiming the boy sustained the burns when he bumped into the stove, accidentally spilling a pot of hot water on himself. Whoa. He also would not accept the blame for him immersing the boy. Man. However, the victim's babysitter told authorities that while the mother was out, the boy had gone to the bathroom on himself, KYTX reported. The sitter reportedly told Meekins to clean the victim up, which is when he undressed the victim, ran a hot bath, and went into the bathroom with the child. Kids will have accidents. The babysitter said Meekins then left the boy in the tub and went to play video games in another room. When the child could not tolerate the hot water any longer, Meekins went back into the bathroom. The babysitter's sister heard Meekins yelling at the boy inside the bathroom while the child whined, the babysitter told police. But doctors told investigators that the victim's injuries were likely the result of him being held down in the dangerously hot water by force. Whoa, according to the Tyler Morning Telegraph. The victim's burns were considered forced immersion with a light demarcation line due to the child's resistance during the actual event. The newspaper reported, citing affidavit. He was forcing this child, holding him down in the water. Poor kid. First responders on the scene, using a thermometer, reportedly said the sitting water in the tub measured 140 degrees when they arrived. So when they arrived, it was 140 degrees. It could have lost a little bit of heat to it as well. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how long it took since the initial, because when the mother came in from work and he was wrapped up in a towel, right? So how long was it that he had been out of the tub? Following the incident, the victim was reportedly admitted to the hospital, intubated, and placed on a ventilator due to his injuries. Boy, authorities said he required multiple surgeries and skin grafts due to the burns. Wow. He cared more about his video games than he did taking care of his son. That was his way of getting angry and being upset for being disturbed, not allowed to play the video games. There's no excuse for this. No excuse at all. That poor little boy. Man. And to know that he also previously had sexual charges against him somewhere when he broke into a habitation. He shouldn't even been around a child. If he was a sexual offender, as I said previously, it said about him having those. I think it's showed it in here. Let's see. The Meekins also pleaded to a sentencing enhancement based on previous convictions on charges of sexual assault and burglary of a habitation. So yeah, he actually had sexual assault charges against him. He should not have been around a child. Why was he even allowed around the child? Did the wife, did that girl know? If she knew that he was a sex offender, why would she allow such person in the home? It's horrendous the pain the child went through in that hot tub. I wondered too whether it was the poor child who suffered it before or whatever. What went on with that? This was another person that the justice system failed because he should have went to jail for these other things beforehand. They just give people a slap on the wrist. That's why we protest. They need more sentencing. Now look, this child's life was at stake. With him having to be put on a ventilator, his life was in jeopardy. Prayers for this. I hope this child has been over years since this has happened. I hope and pray that he's healing up nicely. But that we know that he's not going to ever heal 100% up like that. It's right. He should have never been around or near any children. That's right. And I wondered if that babysitter even knew that he shouldn't or whatever. Wondered if the babysitter actually lived there. There's a lot of different questions going on here. And if she was a babysitter, why didn't she go ahead and bathe the child? Maybe because she didn't want to get suspected of didn't want to get charges against her. But I babysat plenty of kids where, even when they were 4 year old, I had to help them bathe them. Didn't know how to bathe real good, but I didn't do nothing with them. I bathed them. There's a stepfather there. Exactly. Well, they have him there then, they knew about him being a SA, a burglary type of person. Why were they allowed that to be around him? How come the babysitter didn't go up to the child and note something? You know what I'm saying? How come it took the mother coming in from work or coming in from wherever she was, and then she removed the towel and noticed the burns? How come someone prior didn't notice? They said they heard him crying and stuff like that. Why didn't they try to make sure the kid was okay? That's a lot of questions here. How much time had passed before in between getting out of the tub for the actual burns before he got help? That kid had to be crying, had to be in a lot of pain. And I'm sure the guy was just saying, shut up, shut up, shut up. This is horrid. Thanks so much for coming, Jackie. I appreciate you. And so let's get this out there too. And I hope that you're doing good today. Continue to do good. I'm jealous of you going for a walk. I went for a small walk today too, but it wasn't much of one, you know, as I would have liked to have done. A lot better if I lived in the country. I love the country air better than I do the city air. Oh, well, thank you so much. And God bless. Just remember to pray for him as well as the child that I did a story on earlier where the neighbor had come into that house, broke into the house, and beat the 6-year old boy with a baseball bat. And he's not expected to make it. Um, so remember to keep them in your thoughts and prayers and pass the stories on because they have a right to people hearing their story as well. Yes, it did need medical attention right away. No doubt about that. Third-degree burns. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. God bless you.